Hey everybody, Ben here from DMZ Films. I'm back with yet another tree tutorial for you. This one I'm going to be focusing on sort of the bark and the trunk of the tree to show you guys just how to make the tree pop. Now I'm using a regular round brush in this, mainly because I've been using my liner brush a lot, and a lot of people don't have access to that. So I want to show you that it is possible to do this with just a regular round brush. Now I've sped things up a little bit in this video, but not much that it's going to make too much of a difference, so you won't see what I'm doing. Now the layer I'm starting with here is basically brown right over top of that black. And the reason I'm doing this is just to give a general layer. I mean, the black was a layer that I used to just kind of create the basic form. And now I'm creating the main color of the tree, which is a brown that I mixed out of, I believe, red and green, but I'm not positive in this. Regardless, it's two opposite colors and then mixed with a little bit of black to give us that distinct brown tree look. Okay, I've zoomed in a little bit here to show you the next part. Now in this video I actually ended up highlighting the wrong side and I had to repaint over it so it does look a little bit different from the last clip. So because in this case I'm having my light source coming from the right side, and I'm basically taking a slightly whitened version of that brown that I just started on and creating the next layer of highlights. And you notice that I'm not I'm being very careful with where I'm highlighting, because I'm imagining that where each of the branch lays down and where each of it sort of sits, that little section is a little whiter. And the key to making your trees really come to life is contrast, and that's really what I'm doing here, is trying to create the most contrast possible. I'm doing a little more with the roots there. I apologize that I didn't have that tilted down a little more. I'm just going to let the rest of this sort of play out here, just to show you guys sort of the rest of it. The next layer I'm going to be doing a little bit lighter, adding a little more white to that paint.
Everybody keep on fading out.
Okay, for each of these next few parts, I've zoomed in a lot more, and I'll be tilting the camera as I go along. But like I said before, these are just those little sections of black that I'm adding in, and they're not everywhere. I don't want to cover up the initial brown layer that I put in there. And it's just enough to give the tree some depth to make it sort of gnarly and give the bark a little bit of extra depth there. And by doing this, you create that certain layer of unevenness, and the tree doesn't seem like it's just one big sort of gradient or one single stick. There's a little more variation in there. And again, working on those roots, I tilted down so you can see this one a little more, just the way things kind of meet there. Okay, now at this point I've gone ahead and pretty much finished the the upper portion of the tree. I do a little bit more by the time the painting is finished, but it's not here in the video. And now, as you can see, the branches I didn't extend all the way up because mainly I'm going to be covering them up, and that's all I'm doing now. Is I'm just getting the black right over top of it, that base layer, before adding the highlights. And you notice I'm not covering up everything completely. I'm leaving a little bit of space. I don't want to completely destroy all the work I did putting all those little highlights and variations into it. Now this particular technique you can see in my video, Shadows and Highlights number 1. Mainly, I've already done this in the start of that video. But the technique's pretty much the same. You're just loading paint on and tapping, creating all kinds of little forms and things. And that's pretty much up to you wherever you want to put that, the way you want to form that. The trees have a general roundness to them, but a little variation here and there is not going to hurt. Okay, in this final section here, all I'm doing is just basically showing that I'm going to be putting some grass in here, and I'm just adding a little bit of taps of white here, just to show you kind of what that would look like with grass. It's not going to be incredibly bright under that tree, but generally that's what it would look like when it was completed. Well, that's all for this video. For more tips, tutorials, and art videos, please stay tuned to the DMC Films channel on YouTube. This is Ben from DMC Films, signing out.